In Nevada County, every day is a second chance. At Sammie's Friends, we rescue, heal, and rehome pets who've been forgotten. Hello, I'm Fran Cole, the Executive Director of Sammie's Friends. We are a nonprofit animal shelter believes that every animal deserves the opportunity to thrive. Every day, with your help, we help injured, abandoned, and forgotten pets find love and a second chance. From emergency vet care to forever homes, Sammie's Friends is here because people like you care. With your help, Sammie's Friends is saving lives every day. We can't do this without you. Consider adopting, donating, or volunteering because every tale deserves a happy ending.
I want to introduce you to our pet grooming specialist, Kitty Smith, and sweet little Gracie. Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. I want to learn all there is about pet grooming. What would you say, pet grooming 1A? How often should you bathe your pet?
It depends if the dog is a double-coated dog or just like a dog like this that's single-coated. It mats up really easily. Mm-hmm. They require more grooming because as they grow out from their haircut, it can get tangled. So these type of dogs are usually every 4 to 6 weeks.
How about a brush? What do you recommend? I got a nice brush on eBay a few years ago, and it's a nice, I can't describe it, but it seems to do the job real well. Mm-hmm. Gets a lot of hair. If you have one of those dog-emitting hair brushes or a kitty, what are your thoughts?
I like the slicker brush that's really soft
right.
and it has some give to it. Chris Christensen makes a really good brush. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You can get those on Amazon. And the key is to just do it softly. And because you can actually brush burn the dog if you're brushing in one spot for too long. Mm-hmm. But it's important to keep them brushed. I just brushed her out a little bit before we came on, but I'm going to be grooming her, giving her a haircut a little bit later.
Now, I think I broached this subject before. As far as the frequency of baths, you don't want to give a bath too frequently, correct?
No, you don't want to dry. You don't want to dry out the coat.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. So is that a problem that you've been seeing out there a lot with folks?
No, I mean I won't. If a dog's coat is dry and it doesn't need to be groomed, I'm not going to.
Do you provide? Is this like a business of yours, dog grooming?
Yes.
Okay. What are some of the different packages you offer over there that folks might want to consider?
I don't really have packages. It's kind of more of an individual. Based on individual, but I do hand scissoring haircuts. I do show cuts. I can just shave a dog down too. It just depends on the breed really and what the client wants. I do a lot of cats too. I shave down cats that get matted.
We've had golden retrievers where they got so thick and bushy, that we had them shaved down. And some people would say, they're going to get sunburned or whatever. I never had that problem. Is that an issue for any of the breeds?
Yeah, if you use a blade that's too short,
right,
that doesn't give them cover from the sun, yeah, they absolutely can get sunburned.
Shampoos, any suggestions?
Anything hypoallergenic.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and some of the different breeds you've encountered, that might not be too happy to step in under the shower head. What are your thoughts? Any recommendations?
Huskies hate being groomed.
They do?
They will scream and howl and shake and dance and try to get away from you. They are the hardest dogs to groom.
Do you recommend dressing up in a hockey uniform? So
yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other thoughts as far as the grooming process that you've learned since you started to where you are at this particular point that you'd like to let our viewers be tuned into?
Yeah, I think one thing that groomers really want to put out there to especially doodle owners is that it's really important to keep them groomed and brushed on a regular basis because we don't want to have to shave the dog down. But a lot of times the client will just do what we call top brushing, where the top is brushed out nice, but down to the skin it's matted, and then that always has to be shaved. There's no way around it. It's going to hurt the dog to even try to demat it. So sometimes you have this push and pull with the client, and the groomer where the client doesn't want the dog shaved because it looks cute, but we're saying what's best for the dog, and that it's something you can't brush out a mat like that because you're actually torturing the dog.
Well, particularly for the thicker coats during Grass Valley, Nevada City summer.
Yeah.
It probably gives them nice relief, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. A number of years ago, we had a mixed breed, beautiful dog. He went too soon. He went out into our residential neighborhood, backyard, and he got hit by a skunk. And you know what? If you're driving a lonely road at night and you smell a skunk, it doesn't smell that bad. You almost don't know what the hubbub is about it. But if you have an animal that gets hit by a skunk, you know, you understand real quickly what the problem is, how bad it is.
Right.
What do you recommend to clean up the doggy or the cat as quickly as possible?
So the worst thing you can do is actually take a hose to your dog and just start spraying it down, which is what a lot of people naturally do.
Right.
What you want to do is you want to make up a paste of Dawn dish soap, baking soda, and hydrogen peroxide, and make like a paste, and then put it on, like patch it like a mud mask onto the dog's fur. Let it sit for like 20 minutes, and that'll pull out a lot of the smell.
You put them in the bathtub, and I got about 10 seconds left here.
Yes, and then you can always shave the fur off, which I think is the best idea. Because
that's a problem a lot of folks, particularly in this area, have. All right, Kitty Smith and Sweet Gracie, thank you for being on the program today.
You.
And we'll be right back.